Odd Conduit Media.
What's it gonna be?
You are now listening to the
Hyrule Podcasters! Rumble, rumble.
Hey there, all you aardvark tree people. Welcome to another episode of
Hyrule Podcasters!
My name's Ben, and I'm one of your co-hosts.
And I am your co-host, Pat.
Pat, it's so good to see you today. How you doing?
I'm good. I just took a nap.
That's amazing.
How you doing?
I'm great. And if this is your first episode, we are not experts or purists. We play these games because we love these games. Patrick, what games do we play?
I'd say alphabetically, they're some of the last games on the list. But in our hearts, they're some of the first. Because we are playing Zelda games! I blew out my microphone.
I was like, how are you going to save this considering they're the Legend of Zelda games? You're like, I'm just dropping the first three words. I'm diving right into the name everybody knows. I love it.
Yeah, the L, it's a distraction.
It is.
These are Zelda games.
So we play the games in chronological release date order. We are currently in Season 2, A Link to the Podcast, playing A Link to the Past.
What a game.
Absolutely.
What a game. Last week, we did so much stuff. We got the hook shot.
We got a hook shot!
We got to talk to the flute boy who turned into an aardvark tree person, which I guess now you are all aardvark tree people.
You are.
We, oh, by the way, thanks for the outpouring of concern over my a fireball debacle when I burned my face last week. I appreciate all the support. I'm okay. My beard is still okay. I still have it. And my eyebrows are a little thinner, but they're growing back.
You know, sometimes it's good to thin out your eyebrows. Not with a fireball, but it can be healthy sometimes.
I'm just trying to stay healthy. I have used too much of this like mint scented beard balm. I overdid it trying to like heal it. And now I'm over it. So if anybody wants my very minty, what's left of my minty beard balm, hey.
Patreon exclusive.
On Patreon
exclusive right there.
And I'll mail it to you.
All right, so we just finished up the Swamp Palace, got our second crystal, and we now, with the hookshot and the magic mirror, pretty much get to... Oh, I just used Quake on accident, and nothing happened. We pretty much get to go and just play around in the world. So there are all sorts of places where we either were stymied by bollards that we couldn't knock down that we now can because of the magic hammer, or there were gaps that we were going to be unable to cross, but we now have the hook shot, which means we can cross those gaps.
I absolutely love the hook shot. It's such a fun way to have Link be able to cross gaps without having him jump. Now, in the next season, we will be playing Link's Awakening, and you do get Rock's Feather, which allows Link to leap, which is a mechanic they could have put in this game, but they don't need to because you got the hook shot, which, again, lets you cross them gaps. Look at it. It's beautiful.
I know.
I love the sound it makes. I love the animation of it. I think I might be in love with a hookshot. I've always wanted a hookshot myself. You know, Batman's always got the hookshot going.
He's a hookshot boy.
He's a hookshot boy. He should change his name from Batman to Hookshotman.
Ooh. Hookshotman.
Hookshotman. I've been watching Batman the Animated Series, which I've talked about a bit on the podcast. It's very cinematic. The animation is incredible. The soundtrack is great. And in the most recent episode that I watched, you thought that Batman died in the water, and then after a beat out of the water comes the hookshot.
Oh, amazing.
Like, I feel like the margin of error in reality with the hook shot is so much higher than what you see Batman face. But I guess you're just supposed to believe that he is so well trained that he's just super good at it. So Ben is trying to warp out of the dark world into the light world, but was standing where a bush he just cut down was, which is always going to end a little tricky for you. And now he's trying to access something that you are supposed to have, like the strong glove to access.
Yeah, I was trying to cheese it a little bit, hoping that I could kind of sneak in there, but it didn't happen.
I love cheesing. I love the cheese.
Yeah.
I get myself into so much trouble trying to go places I'm not supposed to go yet in video games.
This looks like, see how like there's just these stairs here? I feel like that's like begging us to use the magic mirror.
Certainly. And now in the light world, there are not stairs. Very
Right.
good use of the mirror. Breaking some pots. I see a bomb wall at the very end. Ben's throwing the bomb ahead of himself to blow up the bomb wall.
There we go.
Not wasting any time getting this piece of heart.
We got a piece
Not
of heart.
wasting any time.
So is your
buddy boy.
main goal this evening to blow out your microphone? Like, is that what you?
Yes.
That's what you're trying to do? Okay.
I'm trying to blow it out. You know, we use a Shure SM7, and I got a SM7B, and
Of course,
I
we do.
just
I know
absolutely
that.
love this thing. Yeah, Ben. I just
Totally.
give Ben the gear, and he says, "Okay."
Oh, here's where the sanctuary
Thank
used
you.
to be. Let's see what's going on in here.
Oh, it's a nice little cave.
Oh, it's like a school.
And there's
look
some.
at this.
It's one of those little white octo rocks that we were trying to shoot in that game.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What you got to say, little buddy?
Hey, I'll tell you a profitable story if you pay me $20. How about it?
Let's see what we got.
Okay.
Thank you. To tell you the truth, I found incredible beauty inside of the pyramid, but someone sealed the door. You can't do anything with a standard bomb, they say.
Oh, maybe we should try to get a non-standard bomb.
Yeah, I feel like when you were playing and you first came out of like fighting and beating Aghanim's little booty, you you noticed that bomb wall and tried to explode it, and
Didn't work.
It did not work.
Didn't work. Sometimes you need a non-standard bomb. The Bronx non-standard bomber. That's a sports reference.
Are you trying to be like maybe if like Bon Jovi was from like the Bronx? I feel like is the attitude you were going for there with your.
You like? Yeah. You know, Bon Jovi recently played at the movie theater. What does the sign say?
I'll
give
give a piece of heart to the person who wears the cape. So, there's a piece of heart up there.
There's a piece of heart up there. I wonder if that has to do with our. What? You're not gonna go in the dungeon?
Well, no, because last time we went up in there, it went to Death Mountain, and you died. So I didn't want to have that same experience. Oh,
Yeah,
we got a little
definitely.
guy. In dangerous world, you may need many things. Select something that you like. So
Okay, maybe I'll go shopping and see what you got. You got some medicine, a little dinky shield, and some bombs. I'm gonna pass. How do you feel about going into a store and then not buying something?
I mean,
You seem like the person that it wouldn't bother. You go into a store. It's clear there's one employee. You're the only customer. You look around. They like watch you, and then you just leave. I always feel awkward. How do you feel?
that's capitalism, baby.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm always like, oh crap, I'm such a jerk. I wasted this guy's time. But who cares? Why do I care so much? All right, so Ben's slicing up some Dark World soldiers, traveling around, just kind of scoping out the area, going into the fortune teller's hut, which is still a fortune teller.
He must have a moon pearl. You look you might have an interesting destiny. May I tell your fortune? I'll make it cheap.
Yeah, ask him to tell it. Yeah, he must have a moon pearl. That's the only explanation.
Abracadabra, alakazam. the true hero will jump into the well near the Smitty's shop. Now I'll take 30 rupees. I hope you will be healthy. Yeehaw!
My favorite part.
I feel like
Very
if you
cool.
were the next time you're playing, after I was so rude and made the captured girl speak twice just so I could listen to you do it twice,
Oh my God.
I feel like you're going to do that to me twice.
Yeah, I almost edited that out, but by the end of that episode, I spent a lot of time on last week's episode because of technical issues that we had. And I didn't have it in me. You can't
Ooh.
pick up that rock.
I
The
cannot.
chickens are like bony in the dark world. This is not the village of outcasts. People without rupees are not welcome here. Wow. Telling the broke people to stay out. What are you gonna ship all your homeless people to other parts of Oregon?
I think it's your Ent voice here.
Oh, right.
Wow, I haven't seen a normal person in a few hundred years. Let me talk to you for a while. Do you know about the gargoyle statue in the village? People say they can hear a girl calling for help from under the statue. Isn't that a strange story?
Kind of
See-
strange.
So, one of the things about replaying these games in I wouldn't say with a more critical eye, but just being much more observant than kind of any other time that I have either just kind of breezed through it, is that, I had always assumed that I knew what I knew about the game because I asked somebody or read it in a guide. But if you talk to everybody, they tell you so much stuff.
Yeah, they certainly do.
Like right there, what you and I both know, peek behind the scene, is that, it's one of the dungeons. And if you didn't know that, you have to figure out a way to get inside the gargoyle statue to get to one of the dungeons. That person just clued you into that idea.
Yeah, there's tons of information in this game. Whereas
We just
Nice.
got 300 rupees!
That's sick. The first game is it's tough to navigate. There's not a lot of info being thrown. Nobody's better bomb the bush or better burn the bush or whatever.
I think
as
that's
far as I
accurate.
remember.
Yeah.
But there's not villagers. And then the second game, it feels like an RPG. And so you expect to talk to the villagers, but this game doesn't feel
Who is this
as
guy?
much
Oh!
like an
This
RPG.
guy! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Ben just got bumped into by a thief that then got stuck behind the fence, so it didn't actually get much from us.
Oh, what
Ooh,
is
a
it?
little aardvark.
May I help you? You can open 2 chests for 30 rupees. Why don't you play? What will you do? All right, kid. Choose well. Good luck.
All right, so there are 16 treasure chests. I need you to yell out, listeners, 2 numbers between 1 and 16, and we will pick those 2 chests and tell you what happens. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
All right, we'll choose those.
All right, we got 1 rupee. Thank you
Give
for
us
that.
1 rupee.
And
we
10
got
arrows.
10 arrows. And which we already.
You can't open any more chests. The game is over.
You guys did terrible.
That was a horrendous showing.
Y'all did terrible.
Y'all need to step your game up next time.
Come on. We got to stop abusing our listeners.
Make better choices.
We're not talking about life choices. Make whatever life choices you want.
Right.
I'm not here to dictate your life. I'm here to ask you to help us make better choices. Oh, it's a treat.
Quit bothering me and watch where you're going when you dash around.
All right, so
Grumpy tree.
yeah, so this is the gargoyle statue, and if you didn't know, you have to yank on the front of it,
To pull it open.
right?
Yeah.
And that'd be kind of hard to know. I mean, like, without talking to that guy. But after
Yeah,
time, you're like, oh, yeah.
experiment, do this, do that. Yeah, there's a little frog guy trapped behind some skulls that are too heavy for us to pick up. Ben's gonna try to.
Bro, just like jump off the ledge. He could jump off the ledge right
maybe
there.
He's got weak legs.
He's a frog.
I'm dog sitting right now, and this dog has a torn ACL
Oh, pobrecito.
and wants to like run around but can't. I'm telling you, animals get leg injuries just like the human animals. Even if you are a frog. Wow, wow. We're going back into the light world.
Maybe that's how he got captured. All right, so we're gonna head up to Death Mountain, and there's a bunch of like gaps up there that we're gonna kind of zoom around. So
Here we go. Little duck taking us to the treacherous Death Mountain. Do you know the word for mountain is in German?
I don't.
Stein.
Oh,
So anybody that you know with the last name, I lie. It's Berg.
bear. Oh, I see why you got that messed up.
Yeah, because my best buddy's name is Steinberg, right? And his last name means Stone Mountain.
And we've always called him the Mountain.
And he is the mountain. He had this shirt when we were kids that he got from this store that sells like screw ups, like manufacturer screw ups. That said, "I'm like an earthquake. When I walk, the ground shakes." It's missing the R.
I love Gabe's.
Gabe's is great. So anytime that you see somebody's last name and like Sternberg is Star Mountain. It's like a German Jewish last name kind of lesson for everybody. You're welcome. You're getting an education and an audio only let's play.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
these red Tektites actually do a lot of damage.
And they're really hard to kill. Ben just sliced this red Tektite like 7 times. He's beeping now. Oh yeah, by the way, listening back through the episodes, when it's beeping, it's really annoying to listen to.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you're gonna use a fairy for the people. If you can catch it. Yeah, you don't mind? I know you listened to the episode after I edit it.
Yeah.
You don't mind the beeping that much.
Yeah, it might be one of those things where I just kind of like zone it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ben is now getting just pummeled by falling rocks.
I am.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get back
pummeled.
to the old man to have him heal us.
Smart.
There we
Yeah, going into Death Mountain's a dangerous thing.
It is.
Shables, I think the wizard blah blah blah. Let me heal you.
Short and sweet this time. I like it.
He comforted our weariness. He's so kind.
Comforted our... What do you think they're doing when they're comforting our weariness?
I'm thinking maybe like a back massage.
I got a massage this week.
Oh, you talked about like you were going to get a massage. You had mentioned that.
Yeah, I got an hour-long massage, and she knew what she was doing. She was a great masseuse, although she was clearly irritated that I was 3 minutes late for my appointment, which, to be fair, like, sure, I get it, but, like, bruh, it's just my time, you know? There was construction. I had to, like, take an alternate route that, all right, back into the dark world.
All right, so we're back in the dark world.
And she put her frustration in my being late into my back.
So were you happy with your aggressive 57-minute massage, or would you rather have had the not as aggressive 60-minute massage?
I mean, I would have rather gotten there 15 minutes early and, gotten the thing done. She also, I don't know if y'all have gotten massages before, but it's kind of standard to strip down to your comfort level. And the last time I got a massage, the masseuse said, when I asked, how much clothes should I take off? She said, down to your comfort level, but the less clothes you have on, the better I can do my job. And so I asked the same question this time, and my masseuse said, most people strip down to their underwear.
Okay.
And I took that as she would rather me keep my underwear on. You know?
I think that was probably reading the situation correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
So
to
what
say, I've been
yeah.
just real quick. I've been running around a lot, and what I have learned is that while you can get a lot of places with the hook shot, if you don't have the second level gloves, you're not doing a lot.
Yeah, there's not much for you here. Oh,
Yeah.
and you just fell down, got a treasure chest,
All right, well,
jumped off a ledge.
we are gonna make our way to the next dungeon now.
Mm-hmm. And are you going to call the little duck thing?
I am gonna call a little duck thing.
Here we go. Duck. We're going back to the village.
Actually, we're gonna go to
Nope.
the witch's house.
Go to the witch's hut and see if they have our...
Thank you. Come back to the shop later.
She
What?
still doesn't have our stuff.
She still doesn't have our stuff. Oh, but look at that.
Oh,
It's right next to the...
this is the magic powder.
Sweet.
Try to sprinkle it on enemies and many other things.
Sweet, we got it. And wait, hold on. Is there somebody else in the hut? Next to our little buddy?
Oh, he was here
Oh.
last time. He's here right now.
He's
It's
still in
Beetle.
the... What up, dog? What you got for us this week?
Let's see what cool podcast he's gonna tell you all about.
Hey, I have another podcast to tell you about.
Yeah.
So, have you ever thought about what would happen if your airline window popped out? Or if you can build a jetpack using parts only from machine guns? Well, hosts Jill Cha-Cha and Marissa Riley find out you can, but you really shouldn't. These two have a comedy science-y show called Well, That's Interesting. A podcast where the stories behind the facts are told, because storytelling is the best way to remember stuff. And you'll have something to talk about when you go back to parties, which is the most important thing. Find Well, That's Interesting wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Thank you. Oh.
Thanks, Beetle.
I've enjoyed sharing the independent podcasting community with our listeners. I think that's been a really good change overall.
It's a
I
good
hope
thing
other
to
people
do.
appreciate it. And if you have a podcast and you're independent, let us know.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you any money.
Nothing.
We will
We'll do
give
it.
us a little promo. It's a lot of fun.
It's official. Hyrule Podcasters is running a special. Send us a script. We'll make sure Beetle gets it on out of the kindness of our hearts.
Yeah.
Because we're so nice, and being supportive is more important than being a dirty capitalist.
Okay, so I need to find a tile to warp back on that isn't in Death Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
What
I need to go
Down
to
by the
my
puddles.
Yeah, go to my house, right?
Yes, and then go south. Speaking of podcasts, my two buddies, Dunce and Samurai Banana, have a brand new podcast. They got one episode up of Duncecast. It's a hip-hop podcast about video games. It's on the Cabbages Podcast Network. So they're talking about video games. They're talking about rap stuff. They're both rap musicians. I've worked with them for years. They're good friends of mine. So if you want some wacky stuff, check it out. And now Ben is doing the classic reset the game, restart from Shable's house move.
Yeah, it was the fastest way to get back to this spot.
And we are officially beyond the point where the 3 hearts in Shable's house fills you up to capacity.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, I just ran over a mine. I love when you dash over a mine so it doesn't get you.
Mm-hmm. And then he goes through the the Octo Rocks are getting you and then it goes to the next screen and the explosion animation is frozen.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
The frozen explosion. That's what they call me. That's my nickname now.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. From now on, everybody has to refer to me as the Frozen Explosion or Froze-Sploge for short. Them's the rules. Them's is the rules. All right, so you're making your way north to get to. You going to the woods? Is that where our next dungeon is?
Yep. Go into the woods.
Go into the woods. Reminds me of Dracula's Law. Blood is good food. It's a mnemonic phrase that's helpful for remembering the sound shifts in the vowel O from Middle English to Modern English. Originally, in like 1200, the O often indicated a long Middle English O, but rapidly developed into a U like food, room, and then sometime in the, I think, 1400s, it shortened to the sound in blood and flood.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's your lesson. Back to the game!
All right, here we go. We're in the woods, and we are looking for the third dungeon. Oh, that music's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh,
Ooh.
shoot. Okay.
Fell down a hole, and we don't just get started back. Oh, we're in the dungeon. We just fell down a hole, and now we're in a dungeon.
Oh my goodness.
And
Okay,
they
there-
got the wall masters. Oh, these hands are so scary. They're so scary. So Ben's fighting off some mummies.
Do they call them the same thing like what they did? It started with like a G in the last game we played.
Oh, right.
Gibbons?
Gibdo. Yeah, they do call them Gibdos.
Nice. I wonder if that is like
a
Japanese, like
Gibdo.
for mummy.
You know, it looks like the etymology of Gibdo is uncertain. There's wall masters. Ben's just kind of moving around, slicing. He sees a treasure chest. They're giving him a lot of magic when he gets people, or he throws a pot,
Oh, we got a small key.
which would make you think that you're going to have to use a lot of magic in this dungeon. Ben's slicing these dead, dusty, crusty vines in the wall, hoping to find something behind him. He's getting absolutely nothing.
Oh, we have a red Beetle Bailey.
Red Beetle Bailey! There you go. Watch out for it. It'll get you.
We got a map.
I hope that our listeners can no longer ever pick up a map without thinking of us screaming that.
I know I can.
I know you can't, so it starts at home.
It's a bummer.
Man, the Gibdos after this game get so scary.
Yes, they do.
Is it
Oh.
in? Hey, look, and there's the big treasure chest. I don't know what you get in this dungeon. Ben doesn't have a key. There's a door with a key. Going through another doorway. And now we're back outside. So now we're back in the spooky woods.
And I'm gonna go check out the door down here because I missed. Okay, so you can only go through that door. All right, so okay, I get lost all the time in this dungeon.
And I'm not looking at a map, so you're just going to have to get lost, and I'm just going to have to fill in the blanks.
All right, so we came back out. We're back in the spooky wood. So what we learned is not only are there holes. Oh, so there are holes, and there are also entrances. So we got. It looks like we got a lot to go through in this.
Yeah, this dungeon's deep, yo. I mean, I understand why you get lost a lot. It's kind of the first one that's really like, what's that over there? Okay, Ben's popping open the map. It's deep.
Oh, this is where. Okay, so we're on the other side of that ring.
Get on the other side.
So I had hit some star pieces on the grounds, and it prevented me from going forward. But on the other side of the pits. So
Yes.
we just bombed
Because
the wall next
fell
to us.
in. And now there's a lever. I wonder what it's going to be. I bet it's going to be a bunch of... Oh, it blew up the wall. That's much better than what my prediction was going to be.
Oh, look at that.
And it led us to the big chest, but
Very cool.
we don't have...
We don't have the key yet. Oops.
we don't have the key yet.
I tried to
But
hook
we
shot.
know where it is.
I tried to hook shot over something and missed the.
You know,
Oh,
it happens
man,
to
too
the
funny.
best of us.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're using the hook shot. Slice it. Slice. Oh, yeah, there you got it.
I'm so scared to slice that. I don't have a fairy right now.
Oh, you don't have a fairy right now.
I don't. No.
You didn't re-up before you went back in. I think in Wind Waker, when you see the Gibdo, you like freeze because you scream.
Well, that's like the re-dead in Ocarina of Time for sure.
Oh, they didn't name So those re-deads are not Gibdos.
Those re-deads are not Gibdos. No.
I need to get to the bottom of this.
They take a lot of swings. Wow. Oh, and the Wallmaster is right here? Do they call them Wallmasters in this game?
Do they call them wall masters in this game? This information is hidden behind a paywall, so if any of our listeners want to know, they're going to have to Venmo me a lot of money. Yes, they call them wall masters in this game.
Okay.
Thanks for Venmoing me all that money, everybody.
All right, so the room I'm in right now, it has a switch in between a very narrow passage, and there are Wallmasters that keep coming down. Oh, what? The Wallmaster hand had already closed, but they decided to let me sneak in there still, which was real nice of them. Oh my god.
It's called a Gibdo and Ocarina of Time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, its gaze will paralyze you.
Oh, I thought it was called like a re-dead for some reason.
That is a bad guy, but I guess it's a different bad guy. Yep, it's called a Gibdo in Majora's Mask as well, which isn't surprising. I mean, those games have like the same stuff going on a lot of the time. So the Re-Deads, also known as the Lurkers in the Dark from Zelda.fandom.com, are recurring enemies in the Legend of Zelda. They are tall.
Oh my god, okay.
Ben's getting it from all angles right now. They're tall zombie-like monsters. Their appearance changes from game to game. Oh, it looks like. Yeah, the Re-Deads share many similarities with Gibdos, which also behave identically in the 3D console games. Some versions of the Gibdo will become a Re-Dead if their bandages are burned off. So it looks like the Re-Deads are what lies beneath the Gibdo.
Right,
and that's what I'm here for.
So I've gotten grabbed 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Trying to get into this next room. So this room is hard enough as far as I'm concerned. And then you get into the next room, and it's a Gibdo, it's Wallmasters, it's all sorts of stuff just like coming at you. And the only way you know the Wallmaster is coming, you see the shadow and you hear that like terrible little noise.
Oh, it's such a creepy noise. Okay. That is like haunts my dreams. Imagine being, oh no.
Man. Woo. Save and
Ben
continue.
got a game over and saved and continued. That's our second game over.
I think so, yeah.
But mine was at the end of the episode, so it was appropriate. This is our first inappropriate game over.
Blowing out my mic.
That's what your mic wants. Your mic wants to be blown. And I think you could it feels like you could kill Handmasters or Wallmasters all day, and they just keep coming.
Yeah, they don't even, it doesn't even slow them down when you kill the Wallmaster.
Right.
It only makes them stronger. That's not true, but it's what it feels like.
If this next room only has the compass, I'm gonna be so salty.
It probably only has the compass. So your strategy here is to take out the Gibdos, the Stalfos, and the Bari, so that you are no longer, the Bari's a little zappy boy, so that you are no longer in danger of being hit by one of them. And then...
Well, there's also this spike trap up here. Like, it's not...
And you can't take out the spike trap. There's also a bomb wall if you tried to bomb that bomb wall.
Oh, wow.
And now there's one of those little things that turns you into a bunny momentarily.
Wow. You know how...
Called a...
Hey!
Yay! It's
You
the
got
big
the big key. This is the master key of the dungeon. It can open many locks that small keys cannot.
What were we talking about before we got really excited about getting the big
the bunny,
key?
the thing that turns you into a bunny.
Oh yeah, it's called a rabbit beam.
Oh, that's...
I wonder, there is a Wallmaster in this tiny room that you bomb your way into that just has a skull with a little green potion in it. There is a freaking wall master. They must just be in every room of this dungeon.
That's what it feels like.
And then, so like the outside of the dungeon is the Spooooooooooky Woods, which is, not a lot of people know this, but when they came up with the name for the Lost Woods in the Dark World, Miyamoto wanted to call it the Spooky Woods, and it was called that initially, but right before they launched the game, somebody changed it real quick, and he's been real mad about it ever since. In fact, he almost quit making video games because of that. Just kidding, I made that up.
Oh,
have you ever watched the...
When you said, like, everybody knows this, I was like, oh, okay, like, I've never heard anything about this, but all right, like...
It's keeping you on your toes. You know the Jonathan Frakes? Ripley's Believe It or Not? Okay. No, you don't know what I'm talking about? Check it out if you haven't seen it. Yeah.
You found the fire rod.
We opened up the big chest.
The red fire. But watch your magic meter.
I feel like I want to do like a 90s skateboard b-boy stance. Watch your magic meter. I feel like the big key should get us into all the doors. It's not fair.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
I want more. Give me more.
All right, so we
back
have,
outside. We got the big...
is this the first? Like, it'd be interesting to find the first use of this, like, inside outside. I mean, the Spooky Woods is definitely part of the dungeon.
Yeah, well, we encountered this in the desert when we were collecting pendants.
But that was more like there was like an inside, and then you walk to a new thing. This is like. The outside is like part of it. I don't know. It just feels different.
It's very much incorporated as the dungeon. The first time was more of an aesthetic thing.
There you go. Oh, I found a small key.
And we got a little key, which is great because there's some locked doors we haven't been able to get to. Ben's peeking at the map, leaning in, and making up a game plan.
These eyes aren't
see the gears working.
All right.
Why don't you have a?
We can't get over this room yet, so we're going to go back this way and outside and try and find a new way in.
So a complete tragedy. I have another fire story that's not actually a full story. I had a fire last night because last fall.
That's it. Watch this.
Yeah.
So you come up to this like really creepy looking.
It looks like a squishy bug face, and it has something coming out of its mouth like the alien from Alien.
It's another bug, yeah.
And it's got like legs, but it's all made of stone. And it's just like sitting here looking terrifying. And
or maybe it's made out of wood. We're gonna burn it down!
Oh, we burned the bug face. Oh, I thought it was gonna come alive and try to attack us. Now we have to go into the maw.
But did you see that the eyes opened when the mouth opened as well?
Yes. Sometimes when you get your face burned. Speaking of getting your face burned. So, last fall, I collected tons of firewood and cardboard and just anything that I needed to make a fire, because that's how I spent most of my, activities with people was around a fire, because nobody was vaccinated.
Right.
The vaccine wasn't even out yet, and so winter hit and it was really cold and nobody wanted to have a fire out here in Ohio. So whatever, I just kept collecting stuff, and then the spring hit, and it was a very warm spring, and the summer's been great, and then a bunch of us got vaccinated, and so we've been able to do some stuff with people that isn't a campfire. So I'm leaving Ohio now in 3 weeks. So I had
there
to
you go. All right,
yes.
The fire rod just decimates the Gibdos. One hit.
Decimates, just destroys. So last night I just burned all the stuff I had been collecting.
Of course you did.
Huge fire. It was great. But I wore my favorite purple Game Boy tank top when we got another key.
Nice.
And I got stains on it, and I'm so mad. But I just got some advice here from my friend Carolyn. She said she'd ask her stain removal expert friend. Said to use Dawn.
Oh yeah, Dawn's what they use to like clean up animals after an oil spill.
The ducks. That's the duck soap.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. Yeah, bro. Wash a duck off.
So this
Okay,
room
so
is
this
real
room is a
interesting. Do you want to describe
puzzle.
it? Why? Ah!
Ben screamed because a wallmaster came for him. So, in this room, there are a series of holes spread out throughout. Ben got. I would suggest equipping your
Hook shot.
arrows or a hook shot, so then you can travel too. There are some skull pots, but mostly it's holes, zappies, and stars. So you have to step on the star spaces to move the holes, and you're trying to access all of the skull pots because the hope is there's gonna be like a key
Yeah, that's what I thought it
or
was.
something in this room that makes it worth coming into this room. Although you had to use a key to get into this room.
Right.
So if you get a key from this room,
There we
it's
go.
almost like, oh no, there's a door in this room too.
Yep.
Okay, so you can advance. Good job. A little bit of patience and use the fire thing, bro. What are you doing? You got wall mastered because you didn't use the fire rod. What?
What? What just? What? What?
Hey, you're breaking the rules. I'm calling you out. Ben used the reverse function just now.
I just didn't want to do it again.
And you know, you gotta do it again sometimes. I'm shaming Benjamin in public for using the reverse
There you go.
function.
I did it. Okay, I did it.
So there's
Oh, our friends called the.
oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot the word for this again. It's embarrassing me
Brazier.
in front of everybody. Brazier. Correct. Well, at least I didn't use the reverse function in a dungeon. So Ben got rabbit beamed, and now he's a rabbit running around. The mini Moldorms are chasing him. He's now a human again, or a Hylian again.
And we're
So
in-
there's a bunch of dead vines in this room.
All right, and there's definitely a room past here if you look at the map. So.
And yeah, to the north it seems. So here goes slicey, slicey, dicey, dicey, and opens up a door going up north. And we do have a key, so we can go through the keyed door here.
So we got a Gibdo, we got a mini Moldorm, we got the Helmassar, and
Yep,
we had
shield
a
face.
the Shelmet head. The Shelmet head.
The Shelmet head, exactly. And Ben's taking his time with the mummy because he
Oh.
doesn't have. Nice, and we got a key from the mummy. 'Cause he doesn't have a lot of magic left in his magic meter, so he is watching his magic meter as suggested. All right, down the pit. Ben did a little stretch before I jumped down the pit. Oh, we're to the boss already. Wow, you expertly navigated this. So the boss is a big moth. I think it's called Mathula. And he's just,
Oh god, this is real bad.
there are just spike
this
traps
is
going every direction.
There
The
was no
moth
way. That was never gonna happen.
shooting beams. Yeah, it's called Mathula.
Oh,
Oh man, he's out of magic power.
oh
He's
wow.
got 0 fairies. He's got a bee. Not gonna do much good.
Oh.
What's your move here, Ben?
Why don't we use the magic of editing in? And now I have fairies and magic powder in my bottles.
Okay, that's a good idea. Let's go look for stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take me. I mean, we're at 46 total minutes right now of recording,
Uh-huh.
and maybe the first 2 minutes are nothing, and then we took another minute break, so we're at 42 minutes.
Yeah.
So if we narrated this like little stretch, it might just be a little dull.
Yeah, I agree. Although I'm still gonna speak into my microphone because it's just something I like to. Why don't you warp into the light world?
Oh yeah, thank you. I was.
Yeah. Use the bird to travel around instead of just walking everywhere.
You know, we were right there in the at the witch's place, and I was like, I should probably get some magic powder for or some magic potion for what we're about to do. And I was like, I'm sure I can handle this.
And didn't work out.
Did not work out.
Get the one that refills both.
Well, I'm gonna get one of these and one that refills both.
Oh, the red one refills both.
No, the blue one because it's more expensive.
Oh, blue one's more expensive. Blue one refills both. I got it.
So I found out if you throw a bottle into the wishing well, it fills up with green.
No way.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
That's fun. I found out that if you throw a fit into the wishing well, it's bedtime for babies.
So don't be surprised when we reuse that joke in about 2.5 minutes.
That's a good one. It is the content that I need to save. We should just stop speaking entirely outside of the podcast. So Colin lives across. I'll save it.
No, go ahead. I mean, you say like 2 minutes.
Okay, and I could always say it again. So, Colin, he lives across the street from this guy who's always yelling at his kids. And when they're acting too bad, he goes,
Are you babies? Are you babies? 'Cause it's bedtime for babies.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
That's so
This
funny.
is such an angry Yinzer. I wonder if he's going to listen to the podcast and be like, that's me. And then stop being so mean to his kids. I mean, look, I don't have kids. So, like, I don't know what it's like to be the dad, man. To be the sad dad. The sad. So, like, I don't get it, but dang, dude, you're like yelling at your kids so the whole freaking neighborhood could hear. Wow.
It is a
But
lot.
that's where bedtime for babies comes from.
It's funny. Is that like a thing in your friend group?
Yes, that is definitely a thing in my friend group. Making our way back into the woods. Is it going to be easy to get back to that spot? Or do you have to like go into the...
Yeah, I gotta go into this little piece right here.
Gotta go...
right.
Into this hole? You get such a good short-term memory. Or maybe I just have... oh, look, a fairy! Or maybe I have a really bad short-term memory. Smash it. Pick it up. Zooming around. Just letting that fairy stay. It remained even though you left the room.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's a door we haven't gone through in this dungeon that you just passed.
Yes, I don't have any need.
I'm not gonna use the magic of editing. This only took us a few minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we supplied the audience with such great content. And we got the bedtime for babies story. We got the fairy didn't unspawn story.
Yeah, we racked up the quality content for the listeners.
And there's another door with a key that we didn't go in yet.
Yeah.
They say you got to
you-
make sure you go in every place. And we're already back. Yeah, so no magic of editing. We're just going to go straight through it.
Are you gonna edit out me saying, "Can you use the magic of editing"? Or are you
If I
just
say yes, will you believe me?
I know you're just gonna make me look foolish, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, as long as you're okay with it.
And I feel like you make me look foolish sometimes on these things, and I get my passive aggressive nature out by naming the episodes that you star in with a little bit of snark.
Little snark, little passive aggressive toxic masculinity.
I think my last one I made fun of. I thought about that. I was like, I'll make fun of myself on this one.
Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, zap them and then get the big bottle. That's definitely the move. Don't you love it when you're about to use something that requires magic, and then you have a big bottle waiting for you at the end?
It disappeared.
Oh, dang. Womp, womp.
Ooh, you see me get past that guy right there?
Yeah, you just went straight through. Nice dodging.
There we go.
Very
Alright,
nice dodging.
We're back. That Wallmaster tried to get us, and we said no.
Neo.
We said no.
Neo.
All right, so the floor also moves. The floor is on
Oh, yeah. The floor's shifting. It's a big treadmill floor. Mathula is just relentless. The spike traps come at you from all directions.
All right, we've hit him about 4 times with the fire rod. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Oh, he blocked that one. There's 8. There's 9. Okay, we're out of magic. We're switching to arrows. Arrows don't do
you
anything.
have something to refill both?
Yes. Oh, yes, I do. Yep. Thank you. I forgot.
Oh boy, you just used that at like the last possible second. Ben is continuing to just try to blast this thing. Okay, and he refilled again. Thank goodness. You got these potions. Ooh, daddy.
There we go.
All right.
Ooh, that was not pretty. But
No, it was
we'll take
ugly, but you got it done. And that's a very difficult boss.
That might
Did
be
you
one of
catch
the
it?
hardest bosses. I caught it, of course. Yeah. That might be one of the hardest bosses in the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, imagine how many times it must have taken us to beat it the first time.
Yeah.
Just screaming.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Last episode was called "Apparently Fireballs Exist in Real Life." So no, it was about you.
No, it was about me.
Sibbles, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. Do you know the prophecy of the Great Cataclysm? This is the way I heard it. If a person who has an evil heart gets the Triforce, a hero is destined to appear, and he alone, all by himself, must face the person who began the Great Cataclysm. Let's capitalize Great Cataclysm. If the evil one destroys the hero, then nothing can save the world from his wicked reign. If only a person of the Knights of Hyrule, who protected the royalty of Hylia, can become the hero. You are of their bloodline, aren't you? You better be. Then you must rescue Zelda without fail. Do you understand?
We absolutely understand. Please stop.
I did the most annoying voice I could.
May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce.
Yeah, we get it. So that you wouldn't do I don't understand.
So we twirl, we zap, we fill up our hearts and our magic,
There we
we
go.
exit out of this gross-looking mouth, and that is the end of the episode, ladies and
Wow.
gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today for another episode of
Hyrule.
Bye, everybody.
See you next week, Nintendo Geeks. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of
Hyrule Podcasters.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Hyrule Podcasters and on Twitter at Hyrule Podcaster.
As always, this episode was produced by Patrick, and we'd like to thank Lieutenant Headtrip for composing original music for the podcast, including our theme song.
Additionally, if you'd like to directly support us, you can head over to our Patreon page. Patreons get early access to episodes and more. Links to everything can be found in the show notes.
And be sure to rate and review us in Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen.
Conduit Media.